Hello there, everyone. Oh shit, actually, yeah, we gotta go to the new stream. We gotta go to the new stream. Oh damn, is no one watching me? Damn, no one's watching the stream. I'm all alone. No, we got one guy, I think. We gotta go to the new stream. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. The internet wasn't even bad. My computer just disconnected from the internet for no reason. I'm all alone. No, we got one guy, I think. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back. OBS hates me, apparently. Like, legitimately, I think OBS actually just has it out for me. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. The internet wasn't even bad. My computer just disconnected from the internet for no reason. I hear myself in the background. Whatever, it's not important. Can Supersonic beat Goku? Yes. Okay. So we're gonna go back to this.
The entire Universe 7 macrocosm, with Goku proceeding to absorb all of that power into his base form. Through training with Whis, Vegeta eventually grows strong enough to rival.
That's a low ball, by the way. Again, Goku surpasses the power of Super Saiyan God in his base form, but whatever.
This Goku, with Goku even thinking that Vegeta may have actually surpassed him. The two
that is true.
Then trained for 3 years in the.
You skipped over a whole saga. You skipped over all of Resurrection F, but. Whatever, I guess. Anything to prove your point, right? Maybe it was Twitter. I had Twitter open for too long, and like my computer was like, nope, this gotta go.
Hyperbolic time chamber in preparation for the Universe 6 tournament, where Vegeta comes face to face with.
Yeah, I know. We had a lot of people on the stream. It'll build back up. How big is the Sonic cosmology? If you go by the everything is canon rule, then like fucking everything is in it. But if you want to be a little more reasonable. Every Sonic piece of media, like every main piece of Sonic media, should be an alternate universe inside the infinite Sonic multiverse. So that would include Archie. I can prove Archie is a part of the multiverse if need be, but yeah. And then you got Sonic Boom, and then you got like all that other stuff. Overall, it should be like lowball it, like 5-dimensional, 5D. And low complex multi. And then highballed, it's like 11th dimensional or like high complex multiversal. And that's not taking into account like the greater Archie multiverse or the greater like IDW multiverse. How is this still going? It's been 4 hours. I don't know. I have time to stream, I guess. Yeah, we'll get those people back, probably.
Cabba. Many people.
If not, then actually, you know what I can do? I'll just. Hopefully, actually, no, I can't even say it, or else my fucking.
People often debate on if Cabba really scales to Vegeta, and I think it's pretty clear that he does. The two fight on a relatively even.
Yeah, Vegeta says it in the manga and the anime, and then it's just directly confirmed by the Dragon Ball official Toei website. So, yeah. It is pretty hard to disprove the fact that yeah, 4 hours of fucking of stream though, like that's pretty good. Like I can't even lie, that was pretty good.
Playing field, with Cabba being shown capable of clashing with Vegeta in a beam struggle. There are also statements from
yeah, this is just actually from the Toei website.
Episode summaries and even Vegeta himself saying that he and Cabba are indeed evenly matched. Some people may.
You could argue that maybe like Super Saiyan Grade 1 Cabba versus Super Saiyan Grade 4 Vegeta isn't equal or like equally matched. Like it's not an equal fight. But that's because Super Saiyan Grade 4 is stronger than Super Saiyan Grade 1.
They bring up how Super Saiyan Vegeta tanks.
Is that your genuine voice, or is it like an act? Okay, so this is how I would talk. Okay, so this is like how I would talk to like a normal person, right? Like if I'm just talking to someone in conversation, it's kind of like this a little bit. And then like when I'm doing the YouTube stuff, it's a little like I exaggerate myself a little bit, so like because like if I talk like this all the time, it's gonna be like really, like you want me to talk like this all the time? Yeah, no, this is my real voice. Kind of. I do play it up a little bit, but yeah. IDW Sonic versus Archie Sonic. IDW Sonic is Game Sonic, so and Game Sonic is stronger than Archie Sonic right now. So yeah, that's. In an actual fight though, it's a little more even because Archie Sonic has more hacks abilities. Archie or Hypersonic. Hypersonic is just stronger than Supersonic. That's all the information we have about it right now.
To punch from an enraged Super Saiyan Cabba.
I did actually cover Hypersonic last stream. I might start chopping my streams up into smaller videos just so I can be like, I talked about it on stream, go watch that video.
To suggest he was somehow holding back, but the issue is that these two are not actually using the same form, as Cabba would be utilizing Super Saiyan Grade 1, while Vegeta would.
On which side is this guy with since I just arrived? We're watching this video. I already know who he thinks is going to win, and it's not the guy I'm highlighting right now. But I think the guy I'm highlighting right now should absolutely curb stomp.
Would have access to full power Super Saiyan, which is directly stated to have greater power than grades 1 through 3.
How far would I scale Heisei Godzilla? Infinite fifth dimensional, with immeasurable speed.
3. Cabba scaling to base Vegeta would put him above the likes of God Goku from Battle of Gods, and with Super Saiyan would be over 50 times stronger. Of course, Cabba proceeds to get far more powerful between the Universe 6 tournament arc and the Tournament of Power, to the point where.
Does he though? I mean, like, does he really? Like, how much stronger? Like, can you quantify how much stronger he gets?
Where he thinks he can beat Vegeta, despite him previously knocking him out in a single blow. Now, obviously, Cabba cannot sense God Ki, but the fact he thinks he can beat someone who previously one-shot him is pretty telling. During the Tournament of Power, Cabba gains access to Super Saiyan 2, a form which is stated to have twice the power of full power Super Saiyan.
People like to use this, like, super exciting guide, and it's, like, twice as strong as Super Saiyan. Or, like, 4 times as strong as Super Saiyan 2. And it's only referring to the strength, but if you actually look into extended material that also uses the super exciting guide multipliers, it is actually just talking about battle power, so.
Saiyan. Grade 4 is often described in many guides to be stronger than the likes of grades 2 and 3, with.
Who is he and Long? Who is he and Long? Oh, hey, Prince Zenkai, yo. Who is he and Long? Because I'm curious about who this guy is that you're referring to. Yeah, see, look, we're already back at 51 guys. Like, we're already, like, the stream is doing well. Like, it's not like I'm, like, hurting for viewers out here.
Grade 3 being stated to have over 10 times the power of normal Super Saiyan. This would give Super Saiyan 2 a multiplier of at least 1,000 times one's base form, making Super Saiyan 2 Cabba that much stronger than Battle of Gods Goku. Now, with Cabba scaling out of the way, we can finally get into the strength of GT's strongest warrior, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
So, I don't agree necessarily with that scaling chain. If you wanted to lowball and simplify it, then yeah, but it's a little more complicated than that, in my opinion. I have a wheel. But yeah, that's the basic idea.
To start things off, we know that starter GT Goku is capable of clashing with General Roll.
Oh, if it doesn't pop up in the stream, then just Zekini? Oh, is that whatever. Just send it to me on Discord. My Discord is Spoiler Shadow. Just friend me, and then I'll just yeah.
Rildo in just his base form, with Rildo being stated to have power beyond that of Majin Buu. Many people often argue about which form of Buu Goku is talking about, but considering Kid Buu is the last form of the Majin Goku encountered, and is the form of Buu that was reincarnated into Oob, whom Goku trained 10 years with, I'd say this statement is likely in reference to Kid Buu. This would mean that with Super Saiyan 3, Goku would be over 4,000 times stronger than Kid Buu, who managed to catch a spirit bomb.
That's assuming that they're equal, which they're not, by the way. We already covered that, actually. Not even half his full strength in base form. And he was slapping around a guy stronger than Kid Buu, who was stronger than Buhan. But whatever.
That had energy from the entire universe. From here, we can get into Super Saiyan 4 and its multiplier. Some people may try to upscale Super Saiyan 4 by equating Baby's transformations into Super Saiyan forms, as the GT Perfect files describe Super Baby 2 as being similar to Super Saiyan 3, but the issue is that this could easily be referring to the form's appearance rather than its power.
I do actually agree with this, and this guy has so far been spitting facts. Aside from, like, minor things like, well, actually, Goku was only using 50% of his power. He wasn't, like, going evenly with General Rildo.
Many guys describe Ultra Ego as being similar to Super Saiyan 3, but it's obviously a strong...
Do they? Does Ultra Ego have guides? Does Ultra Ego have any guidebook statements? I think there's, like, one. Let me see. Here it is, yeah. Ultra Ego. A form, yeah, so Super Saiyan 3, not mentioned. Vegeta, not mentioned. This one, not mentioned there. I've seen that one multiple times. Not mentioned. Not mentioned. Here, not mentioned. Nope, not mentioned. Not mentioned. Oh, actually, wait. Nope. Okay. Nope, not mentioned. Also not mentioned. Not mentioned. Okay. So this is like the first statement, or like actually is that? Okay, that might be. Here it is. Yep. There it is. It's like down there or something. If it wasn't so blurry. All right, no. Okay, I see how it is. Whatever. There's one guidebook statement. One statement. His forehead rises like that as Super Saiyan 3, giving him a wild appearance. One statement. So I guess I'll take my L. Yeah, so.
Stronger form. Despite this, we still do know at the bare minimum.
Everyone in chat, please don't forget to leave a like on the live stream. Thank you. That is very cute. Is DC Comics 60 or outer? DC has like fucking like anywhere. You could scale it anywhere, man. Like you could scale it to fucking like 6D. You could scale it to like fucking outer, hyperversal, high hyper, fucking boundless. Yeah. Oh shit. That's fine.
One of the biggest jokes.
We were like 5 minutes into the video, right? Like right there.
The match for grade A baby 10. Despite this, we still do know at the bare minimum Super Saiyan 4 should be over 10 times the power of Super Saiyan 3.
Wrong, false, incorrect, stupid, fucking bitch, whatever. I'm joking, of course. Mr. Perfect Cell is a much smaller channel than I am, so I don't want to like shit on him for not knowing everything I do about Dragon Ball. He did recently make a pretty good video about Could Kid Goku Stop the Monster Association, and I do like it a lot. He kind of lowballs Kid Goku to small planetary, but, you know, considering it was his first video in like 4 months, he did pretty good. It's a good video. You should check this guy out and give him support. Support this guy. Support Mr. Perfect Cell. At least subscribe to him. His voice is nice too, so.
As Super Saiyan 4 Goku is a match for Grade A Baby, with Baby surpassing Super Saiyan 3 Goku even before receiving power from the other Saiyans. However, the Chozenshu, which has an entry on Super Saiyan God, describes Super Saiyan 4 as the strongest Saiyan form, which should put Super Saiyan 4 Goku far above the likes of God Goku from Battle of Gods due to both having a stronger transformation and a stronger base form. From here, we know that
Based? 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 Hell yeah. Based and Super Saiyan 4 pilled? I don't think I have the scan or the translation. Hold on, let me... Oh. Okay, you're right, actually. Let me fix that. All. There, I fixed it. I completely forgot. I thought I was subscribed to this guy. Okay, let me drop a Discord link, and then... What the dog doing? What is the dog doing? Unknown domain. Where is this? Whatever. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, Discord. Invite. Copy. Yeah, view my video. Yeah, we got like 51 people watching right now. Like, it's fine. Like, wait, 35? Damn. Okay, fucking. There. That's the Discord link. And then for the actual scaling of Super Saiyan 4, I actually came across some interesting statements from Chozenshu. I'll try to see if I can find them, but maybe not. Because I already showed you the statement where it's like, Omega Shenron is stronger than Beerus, right? The strongest enemy, Omega Shenron. Yeah. Then it shouldn't be hard to find this Chozenshu scan. We'll keep watching the video, and then I'll tell you when I find
Goku
it.
gets much stronger by the end of GT, as Goku is able to contend with Super 17 in his normal Super Saiyan.
Okay. Okay. Wait, no. Okay, there.
Form. Super 17 was strong enough to utterly dominate the likes of Majub, who could fight on an even playing field with Super Baby 2, who is stronger than Baby Saga Super Saiyan 3 Goku, implying Goku has at least gotten 8 times stronger than what he was in.
Okay. Here it is. Chozenshu, my beloved. Surpassed the limits, the explosive birth of the explosive birth of Super Saiyan 4. Don't care. Then regains his rationality, evolving into the ultimate combat form, Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan God is also in this Guidebook, or Super Saiyan God. So once again, yeah, let me get it back up again. This is from an official Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods guidebook. As a page about the history of Dragon Ball, and under Dragon Ball GT, it says this: Omega Shenron's image, Dragon Balls as an enemy, the strongest enemy, the evil dragon that appeared from the Dragon Balls. Super Saiyan 4 is also defeated. The strongest enemy. Beerus is also an enemy. But whatever.
The Baby Saga. Some people may bring up how Super 17 appeared to be holding back on Goku, but fail to realize that he was also blatantly holding back on Majub as well, being more focused on dusting off his boots than actually attacking Oob. Goku also seems confident in taking him on with just Super Saiyan, despite knowing he defeated Majub, further supporting the scaling. From here, we finally arrive at Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, whose scaling is pretty simple, as he is described to be
Actually, Omega Shenron isn't stronger than Beerus. GT is a timeline where DBS never happened since God Ki isn't mentioned at all. Yeah, that is true. But at the time, Toei thought that Battle of Gods was canon to like their Toei verse, right? And this is official Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods material, calling Omega Shenron the strongest enemy. The strongest enemy. It doesn't distinguish like the strongest enemy in GT. Like then maybe like it would have been like a little. I wouldn't be able to prove anything with it. But Beerus is an enemy, and Omega Shenron is also an enemy. It's the strongest enemy. Beerus was holding back when fighting Super Saiyan God Goku. Yeah. And Beerus is still stated to be like super dimensional. So even if he was holding back, it would still scale Omega Shenron. When and what Dragon Ball characters did become 5D? So it would be Kid Buu versus Goku, right? You could argue Buuhan maybe. But when it comes to destroying the realm of the Kaioshin, this is actually just like a much better feat. Since the realm of the Kaioshin is stated to be like a higher realm, multiple times. And you could argue even a higher realm from Otherworld, which is already 5D. So you could even argue 6D Majin Buu if you wanted to.
Tens to dozens of times stronger than a normal Super Saiyan 4. This would make Gogeta around 20 through 100 times stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
No. A times B, my beloved.
Therefore making him anywhere from 160 to 800 times stronger than God Goku.
No, my friend, no. Because he took this Chozenshu statement, right? And he assumed that it was referring to... It wasn't referring to multiplier, even though it is. This guy mistakenly thought that base Goku in GT is anywhere like at the level of like Goku during Battle of Gods. Base GT Goku at the start of the series is way stronger than base Super Goku at the start of the series. So, if you have like a Super Saiyan 4 has a higher multiplier than Super Saiyan 5. So if you have like base Goku at like 10, and then base GT Goku is like a 20, right? Then and then you throw on like Super Saiyan God, which is like we'll do like times 10, right? And then Super Saiyan 4, which is like times 20. This is all hypothetical, but still. Super GT Goku would obviously still be stronger. So I keep hearing your saliva. I needed water. But yeah.
Super Saiyan God described in Battle of Gods. Despite this, Gogeta still has statements that would easily put him at the level of God Goku and suppressed Beerus.
Sorry, okay. I tripped over my mic, but yeah, so
if not far higher. From here, we can finally answer the question on if Cabba can really beat Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and when comparing the two, I think it's pretty clear that he can. even giving Gogeta the biggest benefit of the doubt.
The biggest benefit of the doubt. The biggest benefit of the doubt. Boop. Nah, I'm joking. That's mean. But yeah, no. Gogeta slams Super Saiyan 2 Cabba, unfortunately. Pretty objectively, in my opinion. It would be really hard for a Cabba fan to, like, disprove anything like that. In my opinion. Let's see. Okay, well... Oh, I did say we would do Nappa versus Madara. Buu is 5D, but Super Perfect Cell is solar system level? Yeah. The anime staff did whatever they wanted, man. Like, the anime staff was like, okay, so Akira Toriyama, he's basically like, okay, power levels have gotten really out of hand. Let's scrap those. And we're gonna be a little more conservative with the power scaling now. Like Cell can only destroy the solar system. Okay, we'll make it like that, right? And then yeah, and then the anime staff is like, oh, that's cool. What if Buu could just scream away the universe? What if Kid Buu could like fart and then like destroy the entire macrocosm? Wouldn't that be cool? But yeah, we're gonna do Nappa versus Madara. I remember the thumbnail for this being different.
Avoiding some of Madara's attacks.
Oh my goodness, hey. Maybe we should react to this guy's video next. Cell has a couple infinite power statements. He's like, how dare you dismiss my infinite perfect power? And then the episode title is literally like Cell Battle Power Infinity. And yeah, all that stuff. But I personally don't scale Cell that high. Akira Toriyama wrote, name a character that can beat Cosmic Armor Superman. Bobobo. 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 Goku, Super Saiyan God versus Gamma 2. Gamma 2. People really lowball Dragon Ball Superhero because they're a bunch of Goku and Vegeta goons. And they don't want to admit that Beast Gohan one-shots MUI Goku from the previous arc. But whatever. Bobobo. Bobobo. Cell does have infinite stamina. Like, did you forget that? Cell has an infinite energy engine inside of him.
Back in the early days of internet debate and power scaling, it was sometimes impossible to provide evidence for things that didn't directly appear in the story. And thus, a lot of rumors were born when people would just make stuff up to win an argument. And I think the pinnacle of this kind of power scaling information was Madara versus Nappa.
That's wrong. The peak of that kind of discussion was like people who like want to like fucking wank off Takao Koyama. Respectfully, of course. All respect for Takao Koyama, but no. Man says that Broly is stronger than anyone in the Z anime, which is just not true.
For years, there was a rumor that there was an interview with Kishimoto in which he said Madara was the same strength as Nappa.
How do you get that textured like tile background? Because like that would save me a lot of time in editing. Oh, if you have questions, just like spam them in chat or something. Oh, Drip Sauce says DC is only 6D. That's because Drip Sauce is stupid. Drip Sauce is actually just like not intelligent. I actually got banned from his server recently, but like there's a lot of stuff in it. Yeah. I won't show it just because. But yeah. Why? I don't know, because he's a loser. Like, I don't want to speak too much on it. I don't want to get, like, skinned alive or anything, but. Like if you're in the Discord server, you know why I don't like drip sauce. Like you know.
As a kid on the internet, I totally remember believing this interview existed, or at least not having the proof or experience to confidently say why it wasn't true. This rumor evolved over time to the point where people were saying that in a combined interview, Kishimoto and Toriyama both agreed that if a crossover between Dragon Ball Z and Naruto was to take place, Madara would have the same power level as Beerus. Clearly, these interviews did not happen and are totally made up.
I remember someone actually did suggest me to do a Madara versus Nappa video.
But that doesn't make them necessarily untrue. Is Madara actually as strong as Nappa, or is there a massive difference in their strength? Or does the strongest Uchiha of the past actually rival the power of Gods of Destruction? Let's find out. If you like this stuff, make sure to like and subscribe to see more in the future, and for $2 you could join this channel to see this channel's video.
$2. What's the lowest you can make a channel member for? Channel membership. Channel membership. Monthly fee in exchange for exclusive perks. I want to know what the lowest is. Like, can you only charge like 50 cents? Lowest. What's the lowest you can do? $3? No, you got to be capping me. No, I want the lowest, right? What is the lowest possible? Chat, how? I think it's only $1. What? Why can't it be 50 cents? Why can't it be like a cent? Like, because like if I could, I'd do it, right? And like everyone's a channel member for 1 cent. 1 cent a month. Enough to put ice soup on the table. Whatever, I guess.
Videos early. That out of the way, let's jump right in. Due to only appearing in one arc throughout Dragon Ball and being in the era of power levels, Nappa's strength is far easier to calculate than it is for other one-off villains who appear later in the franchise. But even then, there are some arguments that his strength might actually be higher than we may think. To begin, we get explicitly told by databooks and guides that Nappa's power level is 4,000, making him more than twice as strong as Raditz, and giving him a power level more than 15 times higher than that of King Piccolo.
Power levels at this point aren't linear, by the way. I wonder if he's going to bring that up. Sadly, I have no credit card. The ink tank charges 50 cents. I would charge like 1 cent. And then everyone's a channel member for 1 cent. And like, oh, actually, I want to do the math. I have like 22.5K, right? So 22,500, right? And we'll divide that by 100. So if all of my subscribers became channel members and I only charged a cent for a membership, I'd make $225 a month. But no, Longstakes wants to charge fucking whatever.
However, arguably, Nappa's power level might actually be twice as high as this. You see, during the fight with Goku, while at first Nappa gets absolutely embarrassed by him, things start going a lot differently when he kind of locks in. After nearly flying into a fit of rage, Vegeta tells Nappa to calm down and that if he does, Goku won't be able to beat him.
PGV Goku AF? Let me look that up. PGV Goku. If this is porn, I'm gonna slap you. Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan God, Mastered Ultra Instinct. What the fuck? 700 years. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this like a Budokai mod? He's 700 years old. Is this is a Goku that's like. Goku can also be very blunt and is not afraid to express his opinions, such as when he questioned Krillin's marriage to Android 18. Did you know? How old is Krillin? How old do you think Krillin is, guys? Do they have an age for him? His birth date, death dates. Okay. So age 376 is when Krillin is born. Age 790. I take it that's like the. So, yeah. Okay. So we'll go back to like. Not the Krillin allegations. Yeah, 1 second, because I'm about to. This blew my mind when I found out, but 1 second, right? Okay. We're gonna have to go. Actually, there's a list of Dragon Ball ages, right? There we are. Dragon Ball Z. We'll just randomly click one. Here we are. Okay, so this is when the Cell games take place, right? Krillin, it was born in age 763, 767. So obviously you do the math. 767 minus 736, right? Was that it? 736, yeah. Krillin is 31 when the androids appeared. Or during the Cell games, right? And then, let's see. Android 18. Where are you? It'd be in family, right? Yeah, relatives. Android 18 is his wife, right? Android 18 does not actually have a birthday. Interesting. Okay, well, this kind of does poke a hole in the whole. In everything I was about to say. Damn. Around 20. That better not be true. That better not be true. "20-year-old woman." So it's not that bad. I remember seeing somewhere it was like way worse than I thought, but it's not that bad.
Reveals that this will be what he can really do and starts performing infinitely better against Goku, going from being completely blitzed to swapping hands with him and reacting to him. They even clash beams evenly, Goku claiming that this fight could last forever. The reason Nappa loses is because Goku off-guards him with Kaioken ×2, a move that literally doubles all of his stats. Based off of what Goku and Vegeta say, this fight might have gone either way if Goku hadn't used Kaioken. This might mean that Nappa, when actually locking in, has a power level around 8,000, twice as much as his normal level as reported in databooks.
I do actually somewhat agree with this. It is a little hard to prove definitively, but you could definitely make the argument. Crisscross points? No. No, I have not heard of him. Is she currently 20 right now? No, that'd be literally impossible. If she was only 20 right now, let's see. You backscale, like how many years have passed in Dragon Ball Super? At least 9, right? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know, but she'd be like 1 or 2 years old in the Android Saga if she was only that old. And it's very unlikely.
Of course, he could hypothetically see a full moon and transform into a grade 8, which increases his power level by 10 times, giving him anywhere from a normal 40,000 to a locked-in 80,000 power level, which would make him stronger than every member of the Ginyu Force besides Captain Ginyu. So ultimately, how strong would this actually make him? As is the case for Dragon Ball, the continuity for Nappa would substantially change his scaling. Starting with the manga, as we know, in early Dragon Ball, power levels aren't linear and become linear around the time of the Saiyan saga. Still, in this era...
Have I watched the DMC anime? I have not. I actually asked on Twitter if that was any good. Actually, let me tweet out something really funny and topical. Let me tweet just anything, I guess. Do I have anything that's like tweet worthy? There we are. Hilarious topical cat memes aside.
We have Roshi, Goku, and Piccolo all destroying the moon, with even 23rd Budokai Kamehamehas stated to be planet-busting in power.
This is true. This is actually what El Manga Legendario says, so factual.
Given that Nappa's power is literally dozens of times higher than all of these power levels, especially with his potential 8,000, he would easily be in the planet level of attack potency and potentially large planet level. For the anime, due to characters in his era having more feats and
not 25% times stronger, or 25% stronger. It was actually, let's see, he made a video on Robin from Teen Titans versus Homelander and has 1.4 million views. The higher the view count, the less likely I am to watch a video, so that should probably tell you a lot.
and generating far larger explosions, Nappa would be a good deal stronger. For example, Piccolo's moon-busting explosion has been calculated to be large planet level, which would make Nappa consistently large planet level, and potentially Dwarf Star level as a Great Ape. For speed, the continuity doesn't matter quite as much, as there are plenty of things in original Dragon Ball that are referred to as beams of light that get reacted to or dodged, like for example, King Piccolo's Energy Blast. Once again, multiplying off of power levels, Nappa would be tens of times faster than light.
Again, power levels aren't linear. I'm not sure why he's not mentioning this, but whatever.
And potentially hundreds of times FTL as a Great Ape. As a fighter, though,
Zeta's in here. Yo, what's up? I know how you could make the background you like, and I have a question for you. Yeah, I'll drop it again because everyone wants to join. Everyone wants a piece of me. Invite people. Yeah. Fucking because everyone wants a piece of me. Apparently, everyone's like, whatever.
Nappa really is unique in Dragon Ball because unlike other characters like Goku or Vegeta, Nappa has a really low battle IQ and kind of just relies on being stronger than his opponents in fights rather than actually being a good fighter. He consistently needs Vegeta to remind him to do things, as he was nearly killed by the Kienzan until Vegeta told him to dodge, and would have lost even harder against Goku if not told to focus up. With basic ki manipulation, he can fly, increase his physical stats, and launch all kinds of energy blasts, including them from his mouth, his hands, or just flicking his fingers to generate an explosion around himself or directly on an object or opponent. Given that he's stronger than 23rd Budokai level characters, these attacks should be able to split atoms apart. Will that be enough to beat Madara, or was the fake statement a bit true? Let's find out.
Okay, so this is the part of the video that people apparently have a problem with, the Madara scaling. And I do scale Naruto a little bit. I've actually been thinking about making a Naruto video, so we'll see exactly what happens with that. One Cybermen versus One Piece. I already proved that Raditz alone already solos all of One Piece, so like that, and a Raditz is about as strong as like about as strong as a Cyberman. So just watch that video where I said that Raditz could solo all of One Piece for just scaling higher.
When it comes to the scaling of even just normal alive Madara, I think it's pretty clear that he scales above pretty much every other character in the Narutoverse aside from a handful of high tiers. He's essentially an equal to the strongest Hokage, Hashirama.
That's not true. If I remember correctly, Hageyama, that's his name, right? Kageyama? No, you can't. You can't traumatize me with 2 words. Hello, Brick Wall. Hello, Zeta. One Punch Man could be scaled to be faster, though, through... No, they can't, actually. If you watch that video, yeah, like, there are a couple times 100... There are a couple 100 times FTL, but, like, Raditz can match that. He's, like, he's also hundreds of times faster. And, like, what good is being faster if your attacks don't actually hurt that character? Exactly, so. Yeah. Hashirama, okay. Hashirama was not going band for band with Madara. If I remember correctly, Madara, like, kicked his ass. Honestly, Madara might beat all of the Hokage, aside from, like, Naruto. That might be the video. Maybe, potentially. But I'm pretty sure Madara was, like, fucking... Like the Hokage, like like they shit their pants when they see someone destroy a mountain. They're like, "Holy shit, that guy can destroy like a whole mountain." And then Madara is like directly confirmed to be able to wrangle in the Nine Tails, which is like Kurama is only half of the Nine Tails and already like Planet Buster. So
Solo, the current 5 Kage, is a weaker Edo Tensei and was
he didn't just sad.
pretty much the only guy who could take down the Nine Tails. And becoming the 10 Tails Jinchuriki, he pretty much surpasses
Chinchuriki. It's not that hard to pronounce.
everyone besides like 5 dudes. However, right off the bat, I don't think Sage of Six Paths Madara scales to Naruto, Sasuke, and Kaguya. Kaguya has way better feats and statements than anyone else who came before her, and
So I'm a little rusty on my Naruto stuff. But didn't Kaguya, didn't she kill Madara? Oh no, become her. Okay. So like, yeah, okay. Wait, trans Madara?
directly is stated to have vastly more chakra than Madara, and while Madara fought Naruto and Sasuke, both of them got stronger and learned more about their abilities during their fight with Kaguya.
That's fair. Not scaling 10 Tails Chinchuriki Madara that high. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah, with that out of the way, where does he actually scale? At the bare minimum, Madara is multi-continental level, scaling above some of the most powerful tailed beast bombs and attacks, which he should directly scale over, given how he can beat all of them. He
This is true. They have been actually being calced to multi-continental, so fair enough.
himself also pulled off planet-level feats when he spread the God Tree.
This is true. Well, okay, technically, the God Tree feat is moon level, but he is planet level, so yeah.
For the planet, and is directly compared to Hagoromo when he created the moon, which is actually a planetary level feat.
Okay, this man's spitting facts so far. There's also the Naruto movies with like Naruto's just like raw, unfocused chakra, just shooting out like just like destroying part of the moon, like unfocused raw chakra that wasn't focused. I keep saying that, whatever.
Unfortunately, this is where I think Madara's AP caps. Even if you want to say weaker characters like Kurama or Planetary off of Guidebook mistranslations, while
Guidebook mistranslations. This man talks like he's an authority. He's like, I know so much more than you do. Honestly, that's my biggest problem with long stakes, probably. Like that's the number one thing that I don't like about him. He and Goji Chronic are like very full of themselves for some reason. But whatever.
while Madara is massively stronger than Kurama, we don't quantifiably know how much stronger he is. There is a huge difference between planet level and large planet.
This is, I'm pretty sure. Earth compared to Jupiter. Okay, shit. That might actually be like a... Okay. That is actually a fair comparison. That's not like... I'm not just... okay. Whatever.
Level. So even if Madara was hypothetically 50 times stronger than that, he wouldn't necessarily be within the large planetary tier.
So I don't scale Naruto too much. Madara is at least like... Well, okay. Isn't the Ten Tails Jinchuriki... Okay. So you have normal Madara, and already he's a planet buster, right? Because he's stronger than the Nine Tails, and even half of the Nine Tails Kurama is stated to be strong, like planet-shattering power, and yeah. And then Ten Tails Jinchuriki, I'm seeing stuff like he's like 100 times stronger than Madara normally is, and like, yeah.
The difference is just that massive. As for speed, I think the Naruto verse hits light speed reasonably around the pain arc with things.
Well, actually, funny story about that. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Water Fang Bullet Data Book. Yeah, there we are. Hell yeah. So there's a data book, which pretty much just directly confirms that even, excuse me, Light speed. Look, this is the storm release Light Fang. Oh wait, no, not that one. Not this one. Not that data book statement. A different data book statement. Wait, what? What the fuck? What? No, let me out of here. Yeah, here it is. Water release. Water Fang bullet user Uchiha Itachi from the water. Bullets at the speed of light, coming from a blind spot to bore into the enemy. And like the Water Fang release was like used in like the first fucking. Oh, do not watch Buko no Pico. Do not watch it. I'm telling you this now. Do not watch it. Can you look at the Super Dimensional Dragon Ball later? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just chilling.
It was like Kirin and the Sage of Six Paths tier characters being Lightspeed at the latest with things like the Light Fang. Well, there's a massive gap between those things. Again, quantifying it is mostly headcanon, as multipliers barely exist in Naruto aside from a handful of things.
Well, that's just your problem, man. Like, maybe, like, at least try to, like, upscale. Like, if you actually tried to scale Naruto. I know fucking Swag Kage can scale Naruto just fine. Like, whatever.
Still, I don't feel bad giving Madara FTL scaling. Unlike Nappa, Madara has a practical bible of hacks ability. He's got the Susanoo, the 6 abilities of the Rinnegan, a Mangekyo with an unknown ability. He's got regeneration, limbo clones, truth-seeking orbs, and jutsu of every single elemental nature. We don't need to...
What's my opinion on Digimon scaling? I didn't read that stuff, I have to be honest with you. I have dyslexia. I literally can't read that stuff. Like, it would take me verifiable, like, hours to make sense of everything that you put, so.
To go over what all of these do, because I'll just talk about the relevant ones in the next section, which we'll get to right now. So, the main issue Madara is going to face here is that Nappa is stronger and more durable than anything he's ever come across before. With the fight being if Might Guy was even stronger and didn't break his bones when kicking Madara, while if Might Guy was more durable. So the main issue Madara is going to face here is that Nappa is stronger and more durable than anything he's ever come across before. With the fight being like if Might Guy was even stronger and didn't break his bones when kicking Madara.
Okay, but Might Guy wasn't stronger than Madara. Like, that's a common misconception. Might Guy got help several times during that fight. And then I can give you MFTL scaling the Madara right now. I believe you. Like, I am for massively faster than light plus Naruto scaling. Like, even scrubs in the first arc of Naruto can scale to faster than light. Like, it's fine. Broly negs the entire DMC verse. I'd have to look into that.
While yes, Guy had help avoiding some of Madara's attacks.
No, that's an understatement. Might Guy would have gotten torn apart. What are you talking about?
The difference is that Nappa can actually just fly out of the ray instead of like airwalking. Thus, the only real win conditions in this scenario is if either Nappa is currently in his max state of stupidity or energy is equalized. I've mentioned before that Ki does not flow like a chakra network, so he wouldn't be easily manipulated and incapacitated by Madara's genjutsu. But if he did have a chakra network, Madara might not use this to his advantage though, as he rarely if ever uses genjutsu in character against comparable opponents. As again, he didn't use it against Guy, even though he was nearly killed by him.
Nope. Might Guy got help. Like actually so much help. It's not even funny. So I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, hey, actually, At last, the biggest final and most powerful fight between the strongest began. So already this is in reference to Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Kid Buu. So that's also really good. It's already... But yeah, I didn't mean to go into a tirade about Kid Buu. But yeah, my guy was getting his ass kicked. Would have gotten his ass kicked by Madara if he wasn't also being assisted like the entire fight.
If Nappa is off guard and for some reason decides not to attack Madara immediately, the Limbo clones might be able to get attacks in, but to say they would instantly one-shot him is a pretty huge stretch.
Honestly, I might make a video about this. Because low-key, I think Madara might win this. Like, even if the stats are, like, there is a stat difference. Madara might be faster, but there is a stat difference. But still, like, yeah.
Still though, in this scenario, it's far more likely Nappa just blows Madara and his Limbo clones away when he...
Okay, but is it? Because, like if you remember the Saiyan saga, Vegeta likes play... not Vegeta. We got, like, even, like, when he's fighting... Nappa's fighting multiple people, he just kind of stands there.
He opens up the fight by flicking two fingers in the air. It's also important to keep in mind that even basic key attacks from Nappa can reach into that bare minimum moon-busting level, while the same really can't be said for Madara, who only gets beyond that tier when using one of his incredibly powerful jutsu that might not scale to his normal physical AP. But speaking of moons, now the moon plays an interesting role here because both of them get their strongest abilities from it. Madara gets the infinite Tsukiyomi, and Nappa gets his grade 8 form, while both have the 8.
Oh no, the infinite Tsukuyomi didn't that take like a bunch of prep time? Like, didn't that take like a shit ton of prep? Oh, how strong is Mega Man X/Zero characters? Oh, it's like a fucking... Heaven transcending dimensionality. That's from Daizenshuu. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, Mega Man X is okay, yeah. Mega Man X is like Uni plus low multi with immeasurable speed.
AP to destroy the moon if they want to, they'd probably both want to take advantage of it. If this happens, Nappa is going to transform first, as looking at the moon and growing is much faster than the relatively long process of flying up and casting a jutsu that doesn't even go into effect immediately. Furthermore, once Nappa is transformed, he is blitzing and one-shotting Madara even worse than he was before, as the...
Can Nappa even control the Great Ape form? Like, I think that's actually the perfect opportunity for Madara to use the infinite Tsukiyomi, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Madara wins this.
The gap widens by another.
Hop off fucking Nappa, my guy. Like, fucking... Like, Nappa's cool, but he's not all that. Like, I don't know. I don't want to make another come up for air joke, but...
10 times. So, was the fake interview statement wrong all along? Obviously. But I had a fun time talking about two specific...
I had a fun time. Of course, that's your takeaway. I had fun, so, you know, whatever. Yeah, okay. We got any other recommendations, chat? I'm at a loss. Or actually, don't fight. I need to go do something real quick. Hello, chat. I'm back. Oh, multiversal Naruto? Yeah, I got. Hold on. So the basic idea behind that is that there's like Kaguya, right? There's a space time in her realm. That gets her to Uni Plus. She has 6 of those, so it's Universal Plus. And then you upscale Boruto, the multipliers, and then eventually you get to multiversal. Yeah, it's not that hard. I think that's the scaling that they use anyway. Webcam parrot. Let me see this. This guy? Oh, I think I've actually seen his videos before. Oh yeah, this is the guy that made the Bobobo video. Nah. Probably not. This is mainly for Dragon Ball, and he seems to be more like a comic book power scaler, so nah, probably not. Bobobo. Oh, someone did actually ask me to react to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. If we need it, I'll react to Seth's video about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but we probably won't need it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Zeta. Bobobo is not beating, or Broly is not beating Bobobo. 3 plus 3 equals 8. He made 3 plus 3 equal 8, so already that's like, what is that? Outer, high outer. And then you have irrelevant speed Bobobo. Yeah, he's not beating Broly is not beating Bobobo, unfortunately. Have you seen Dragon Ball Heroes? I've seen a little bit of Dragon Ball Heroes. I used to watch it a lot back in the day, but ooh, actually. Then it kind of got to the point where it was like, man, ooh, that's good. That's fire. If I made this though, yeah, Goku and Vegeta, and then probably Oob, and then Gohan, yeah, and then maybe Piccolo, but like not in that form. I don't know what that form is. But yeah, I actually want to make a video about like GT Goku or something. Or not GT Goku, fuck. GT Gohan. A lot of people downplay GT Gohan. Is Cell consistently universal? Can you disprove that? Yes, I can actually. Hold on 1 second. So all the uni-cell arguments come from the anime mainly. Cell uni. I think I actually there's a actually Cell universal fandom. I remember reading an old fandom post on this. Now that I think about it, I'm about to disprove all of this right now. Yeah, this post is locked because this motherfucker got into so much fucking controversy all the time. So Cell's finally going at full power, huh? What a key is like the whole universe is shaking. Shaking an infinite, shaking a universal-sized body is only multisolar. If you want to assume that it is indeed an infinite universe, then yeah. But it would still really only be infinite range, I think. So yeah. Oh, the Earth will be blown away. Everything will be blown away. It will all become the darkness of space with no traces remaining. Well, then how about I help myself to bringing about the end of everything? Cell could literally be referring to anything. Like actually anything here. Like maybe, potentially, it's the universe, but also he might just be talking about the solar system. Like, and then obviously you have guidebooks. After first destroy the Earth, then after that the universe. Like, okay, how is he going to destroy the universe? Is it going to be in one attack, or is it going to be like over time? Is he going to dismantle the universe? And then, and the Elder and Dende foresaw the collapse of the entire universe. Yeah, like what does the collapse of the universe mean? Like, it's all just a lot shakier than just going with the solar system argument that Akira Toriyama wrote. So that's probably the best, most accurate way to scale Cell. And then you could upscale him. Oh, Ty Gray donated $2. Oh, thank you very much, Ty Gray. Everyone, Ty Gray, I'm saying that right? I'm saying that correctly, right? Yeah. I kind of lost interest in the Super Saiyan 3 Buu Saga Goku video, but I might still make it. It's really weird because whenever I get motivated to make a video, I research it, and then, oh, well, my question's been answered, so I kind of, like, cut that out, and I'm like, but other people still need to know, so I'll probably still make it. Okay, but like, how do you break apart the universe and make it shatter? Like, that's not how that works. You would need to argue that Cell can like destroy the fabric of reality or something, and that's like fourth dimensional at least. So, when you argue universal Cell, you're not just arguing universal Cell. There's a lot of other implications with that. No, no drip sauce. Uh, Divine. Are you talking about official Divine or Divine official, or like official? Yeah, official Divine. Nah. Most of his videos can be simplified down to like, okay, but like how, or like prove that, or like, yeah. It's not really, it's not hard to debunk this guy, or it's not hard to like poke holes in his videos. Respectfully, of course. I mean, like I'm trying not to throw shade at people, but it is just really hard to actually. How strong is the USA? That's funny. Ugh. Excuse me. How strong is water? How strong is fire? That's awesome. How strong is Son Goku? That's funny. But yeah. Oh, just a robot. Oh. Oh, just a robot. Oh, okay. Nah. We'll keep this one in our back pocket. I don't actually know. I can't have too many tabs open or OBS shits itself. Just a robot. Goku versus Superman. This fucking this guy. Why am I still sorry. I don't I have opinions on Just a Robot. I'm not going to say them.
How you doing, John?
I'm not going to say them. But like, Just a Robot has opinion. I have opinions about Just a Robot. Just a Robot has opinions about other things. It's But yeah, fucking. It's fucking hurting my ears already.
So after you guys kept asking...
So maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I can't really stand the fucking... Just go on to Z Gogeta. Have I ever interacted with Long's takes? I have not. I have never interacted with him. And that does actually make me feel kind of bad about like trashing him a little bit. So Vapad. It's like Vapad. Yeah. Isn't this video 6 years old? Wait. Ah. Whatever.
And asking.
Yeah, I can't stand this guy's voice. Like, maybe it's because of the robot filter, but it's starting to hurt my head.
For the all versions of Goku versus all versions of Superman video. I'm finally making it. But first, let me explain a few things. Number one, this is not...
I don't know if Lonks would, like, want to interact with me either. Like, low-key, like, I don't know. I think I'm decently likable. I think it's just I'm not, like, very talkative. Deji! Deji solos! Deji!
Not an army of Supermans versus an army of Goku. This is one Goku versus one Superman going weakest to strongest, and it's not a composite version of Goku and Superman. Number two,
Okay, so it's weakest Goku versus weakest Superman, and you work up. Okay.
Goku and Superman will only be allowed to use equipment that gives them power boost. That means no power pole, no flying nimbus, no army of robots, nothing like that. Only things like lantern rings and Patara earrings. So to everybody who kept on asking, can adults...
Oh shit, so he's gonna cover like fucking Gogeta and shit. Okay.
Goku use the power pole? The answer is no. Not even Kid Goku can use the power pole. If you want to see a video about Goku and Superman's equipment, I already did a video on that. And yes, I know I say equipment weird. And yes, I will be allowing Goku to use fusion, but that's because if I didn't allow Goku to use fusion, I couldn't allow Superman to also use fusions. That would mean no Parallax Superman and no Cosmic Armored Superman. And for every Goku fan who kept on asking me not to put Cosmic Armored Superman in this video, too bad, I'm putting him in it. Now the requirements for what counts as a Goku and Superman is they need at least one of two things. One, at least most of Goku's or Superman's DNA, or their soul. They don't have to have both, they just need one or the other. I didn't really make this clear last time, so for everybody who kept on asking if Cell will be in the video, well the answer is this.
This cell is comprised of 10.78% of Son Goku's DNA. These parameters are
unacceptable! Okay, so fucking whatever.
Oh, and one more thing. Any version of Goku or Superman I use has to be officially licensed. It doesn't have to be character here is, but versions from a time. Now,
oh my god, shut the fuck up. This guy talks so much.
One version of baby Superman out there. But if we went through every single one, this video would take forever. Now we move on to 12-year-old Goku, Season 1 of Dragon Ball. This version of Goku is strong enough to lift a 2-ton car over his head.
Well, okay. No, it's actually way less than that, so he's highballing Goku, if anything, but whatever.
His striking strength is strong enough to split a log into multiple pieces.
Fun fact, OG Dragon Ball, like Goku, like this Goku with a power level of 10, his feats have been calced to multi-city block level. To put that into perspective, that's where I scaled Mahito in my Mahito versus Shigaraki video. So, have fun with that information.
He is fast, but not quite as fast as a motorcycle. And while he is affected by bullets, they only give him bruises at most. I do think this version of Goku could beat Baby Superman. Now I understand there are some versions of Baby Superman who could beat this version of Goku, but there's really too many to go through. Plus, if you want to argue that 12-year-old Goku couldn't do enough damage to baby Superman to kill him, baby Superman really can't do anything to Goku. We'll see the full moon entry on Lee. Now he still was born on a planet with 30 sun with. Now we move on to the next entry on our list. Adult Superman underneath the red sun with no powers when he fought Muhammad Ali. Now he still was born on a planet with 36 times Earth's gravity, so he's still a pretty strong guy. However, he lost the fight to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is a good fighter and all, but I'm pretty sure he would lose a fight to 12-year-old Goku. Oh, and another thing. 12-year-old Season 1 of Dragon Ball Goku can use the Kamehameha, which can highly damage a car. I'm pretty sure Muhammad Ali wouldn't be able to survive it. Moving up the ranks pretty highly this time, we have Original Superman, whose stats are given to us pretty clearly. He's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. He can leap.
More powerful than a locomotive. People, whatever.
Now, originally I was actually going to play a clip from the cartoon. It's a 10-second clip from a cartoon that came out over half a century ago. It's good enough for YouTube to completely take away your monetization. 12-year-old Season 1 of Goku's Kamehameha may be able to knock him down at most, but I'm pretty sure a locomotive bashing into Bulma's car would do a lot more damage than Goku's Kamehameha. Even then, if Superman's faster than a speeding bullet, he could easily speed bullets 12-year-old Goku. Now we move.
Oh my god, shut up. Also, you're wrong, by the way. Goku in OG Dragon Ball. I can't remember if this was before or after his training. It was before, actually, but he can just actually dodge bullets. It's aim dodging, but yeah.
Move on to 12-year-old Goku post-training with Master Roshi. After taking off a 100-pound shell off his back, 12-year-old post-training...
Is it 100 pounds or is it 50 pounds? I know I'm nitpicking, but like... Expected to be cancelled as fans show no enthusiasm. Oh, One Piece Sparking Zero. Yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, I don't...
Training with Master Roshi Goku was able to easily leap tall buildings in a single bound. Even with a 100-pound shell on his back, Goku was able to push a 732-ton rock. And when Goku fought the Red Ribbon Army, which was also post-training with Master Roshi when he was 12, he was fast enough to block multiple bullets at once. And if you think I'm pushing too far ahead for evidence, Goku fought Master Roshi in the 21st World's Martial Arts Tournament, who was also fast enough to catch multiple bullets at once. This fight would be extremely close, but I think Goku would take the win with his sheer amount of skill and the fact that he can use the Kamehameha. Oh yeah, and the ability to push a 732-ton rock is way more energy than the power of a locomotive from the 1940s would put out. Now, some people think Kid Goku's Kamehameha is around moon level at this time, considering he did a beam struggle with Master Roshi, who was able to blow up the moon. However, Master Roshi was only able to do that in his buff form, and even when Master Roshi blew up a mountain, he still needed to buff himself up, so I think Kid Goku at this time would be less than mountain level. I know this is going to piss a lot of...
This is incredibly boring. Like, I'm actually fucking brain dead.
People off, but trust me, this is going to be one of the biggest lowballs I'll do for Goku throughout this video. And yes, I do believe this version of Goku can beat this version of Superman. Now let's move on to DCAU Superman, the Superman I grew up with. In the episode where DCAU Superman raced the Flash, they ran 100 times around the Earth. The race started at 12 o'clock, and the sun was setting in the same place they started their race. Superman even confirms this all took place in the same day.
You know, Flash, this morning I thought you were just a hyperactive jerk. This morning...
Assuming the sun was setting at 6 o'clock and the race took 5 hours, Superman would be running nearly 500,000 miles per hour. In other words, he completely speed blitzes Kid Goku.
Too slow.
Now I know what some of you are thinking. Hold on, Just a Robot. They didn't actually finish that race, and you would be correct. They ran at least 15 laps around the Earth before Weather Wizard started interrupting it.
This shit is so boring, guys. Did my audience like completely leave the video? I'm not the only one who thinks that this is actually just fucking exhausting. Yeah, fuck this shit. Oh shit, actually, wait.
The cloud to the ground is called a step.
Miles per hour.
The vehicle by which
he's
these
he's just playing clips from Seth's fucking Naruto versus
the ground in
Ichigo
rapid, luminous
debunk.
steps that are about 50 yards long.
I'm not watching any more of this shit. This shit fucking... Fuck that. He actually just played a clip from fucking Seth's video. That's crazy. But actually, we should watch something. Making every cell form. No comic curator. Dragon Ball. If I just type in Dragon Ball, I'll probably find something. But no comic curator. This isn't a hate stream, or it's not supposed to be. I know I've been like mean so far, but it's not supposed to be like a hate stream. I've been seeing a lot of these videos by I Judge Anime. Are they any good? Actually, let's try.
Oh boy, I can already see the dislikes for this video coming in.
Okay, so already, I'm not a big fan of his accent, so it hurts my head. Yeah, whatever. This is a good video, too, actually. This is a really good video. I like this one a lot. Actually, yeah, let's fucking...
How far would Sukuna make it in a Dragon Ball Gauntlet?
So, this isn't like my Saitama video. This is like an actual gauntlet. Like, it moves on arc to arc. For Unknown 78.
When I did this with Gojo, he was actually more limited, if you could believe that.
100%. I'm actually working on a Sukuna video right now, and Gojo's abilities are just way too boring. It's basically like, oh, well, can he get through infinity? No? Then no diff, but... Part 5! This man made 5 parts?
Oh, how you doing?
How long is that series? 5 parts, okay. What do you mean 5 parts? No, 6 parts. Because he didn't even upload all. He didn't even update this. What do you mean 6 different parts? What the fuck? Am I Lonk's older brother? No, I'm not. Could Scars... Ooh. Could Scar King... Could Scar King... Oh, I completely fucked that up. Could Scar King... Could Scar King stop the Saiyan saga? Man. If this is like, yeah, man. Yeah, I don't really want to like. Yeah, this guy's a much smaller channel than I am, so. And I think it's clear he's only like starting to like really to pick up in terms of 108 videos though. Okay, so maybe not, but nah. Let's see. Ooh, Kid Goku versus every
Could
JJK
Kid Goku
character.
defeat every JJK sorcerer?
Okay, I think this video might actually be like, I think this might be a little more interesting. Maybe? I don't know. What's the difference between inaccessible speed and could get through the Shibuya arc in JJK? I think that's a long stakes video. And we've already done 2 long stakes videos. So, yeah. I don't want to do another long stakes video. I've already given the man enough headache. Yeah. It's yeah, it's down here. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah. It's an okay video though. It's not that bad. Back to the grind set. Have I seen the new DMC anime? I've seen a little bit of it. It's fun. Like, fucking... Like, I did think it was weird when they played Devil Trigger when Dante transformed. That's Nero's theme. Literally just play... Literally just play... Subhuman. That's honestly the better theme too. You cannot kill me. I am Omega. Whatever. I gotta stop that. seriously though, do we have any recommendations that isn't just like that isn't just
So, this scan here, apparently it is a Toyotaro interview. It was on the DBS website. It's an actual interview. It's a translation of a video. I could put it on the screen eventually here, but yeah.
second? Oh yeah, there's already. I might talk about this. Basically, what Toyotaro said: everyone's equal except for Black Frieza, who's stronger than all of them. So. Yeah, that's about it. Tucka Almighties? Let's see. Am I looking at it? Like, what am I looking for? If it's this guy, I'm not reacting to his videos. Because this is clearly like...
Hey. Hey.
This is clearly like old YouTube. Hold on, actually. But yeah. Nah, because that's the thing. I don't scale either Xeno Goku or Xenoverse at all. And I don't scale the Archie comics either. It's an issue where I don't scale either side, so I don't really care. Okay, yeah, it's closer to like that, right? Okay, here we are.
Nothing.
And then, oh, it's this guy, the guy making these kind of videos. Denji Slaughters. Let's see. Goku, right? There was a Goku versus Sans video, but I don't really care. Could Goku unalive Andy? That's fucking fantastic. Does he have Goku videos? I think it's just Goku versus Sans. And I don't scale Sans, so yeah, I think the only he uses Goku for his thumbnails sometimes, maybe. Yeah, that's going to be a no from me, Chief, sorry. Those are top tier thumbnails. Those are very beautiful thumbnails. I kind of expressed this earlier. I really don't have the same kind of like Venom. Oh, I did say we would do a Danko video.
Transformers.
But I said I don't have the same Venom that I did for Death Battle before. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3 videos in one day. This guy's grinding content. What? Honestly, I should get on this shit. I should like post a video every day or something. Like even if it's just a short. When I'm done with this stream, not 100%, but like damn. That's a lot of Hulk content that I don't care about. Does he make Dragon Ball videos? Does he? Like, I don't know. Oh, here we are. Dragon Ball Super.
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan versus the new Broly. Who wins?
Is that a question? Did we watch the same show?
Well, Gohan was the only hope back in the day against the original Broly in the Broly movie and actually defeating Broly back then. But things have definitely...
Does he sound like Geekdom 101? Is that just me? Oh, top 10 anime characters that can beat Goku. This is going to be awesome.
So Goku's one of the strongest heroes in all of anime.
It took him...
He continues to break Goku in a fight.
We're going to talk specifically about the anime Dragon Ball Super, who's shown Goku at his top form at the moment that we know of. He's obviously still getting stronger in the manga, but for clarity's sake, we're going to stick to the anime and the stuff that we've actually seen him do. Goku's top level now is the over Goku, ready to throw him out of the ring. So technically a full-powered Jiren and a full-powered Goku, Jiren will be the one that withstands.
Oh, Danko is only on the grind so easily because he plagiarizes other people's work? Oh. That explains a lot, I guess.
The beating, withstands the fight. Jiren.
This is supposed to be 10 anime characters that can beat Goku, and we have spent 5 minutes not talking about that.
Will come out on top. Up next, we have Saitama. Okay, everybody on the...
I spoke about this in my How Far Would Saitama Get in Goku in Dragon Ball video, but watch Chuck the Cyber Dude. Chuck the Cyber... Well, we all know what he used to be called. Maybe. I don't know.
The whole internet has been trying to decide who's strong.
Yeah, Saitama's not beating Goku. What is this?
Full power. He has weapons that can cut through any destructible. He's able to slide to go. So if Goku was standing there,
who the fuck is this random ass guy?
He would be able to slide.
Whatever, fucking. Yeah, fucking. Superman and Alien X are not anime characters. What are you talking about? Yeah, this guy gets it. Empty Void got off-screened? Empty Void got off-screened. That's incredible. That's good luck, One Punch Man fans, I guess. Chuck the Cyber modern-day Spider-Man to Paul. Yeah. Chuck the very interesting guy. Chuck the Cyber, well, you know. Let's see. She chuck me? Yeah, we know. We know. Let's see. 9 months ago. Oh, that's rough. Could Super Saiyan 4 Goku beat Golden Frieza? This should be good.
So, I've been a big fan of Dragon Ball What If battles for several years, and one of the ones that recently caught my attention was Hyorin Jutsu's Golden Frieza vs GT Goku one, which, although ended pretty grim, was very enjoyable to say the least, and it got me thinking. If we were to have these two duke it out, according to statements and feats, who would truly be able to win? For this battle, we will be going over Goku from the Dragon Ball GT anime series and Golden Frieza from...
This is how you do an introduction. Less than 40 seconds. Or like, less than 40 seconds. And then like you have like long takes doing like a minute of introduction. Minute and a half introduction. Excuse me. Just a robot doing 3+ minute introductions. Like...
From the Dragon Ball Z Revival of Frieza movie. And I want to hammer this in because we will only cover Dragon Ball Super Golden Frieza at the end of the video, given that the Dragon Ball Z movies and the Dragon Ball Super series have very different scaling, as I'll get into later on. Alright, so does the vastly powered up Goku have any chance against the Golden Emperor who slapped around Goku with a divine Super Saiyan form?
Do we need to pull out all the old, We'll pull out all the scans and statements that we were talking about earlier for Lonk.
Or will his primal state also be outmatched? So without further ado, let's jump right into this. For starters, let's begin with the scaling that we have for GT Goku, who would not only scale from the Z anime, but from some movies as well, since we see Cooler, Frieza's brother.
Okay, so 100%, I will look into Story Thieves. I'll watch it, read it, whatever it is, okay? I promise. Bro is only calc to relativistic with star level. Even lower, like fucking... Or Saitama? No, Saitama has, like... He's, like, billions of times FTL and, like, fucking... But it's not like, It's not like multiversal with immeasurable speed or anything like that. It's nowhere near Goku.
Brother in one of the scenes during the Super 17 Hell arc, which will be very important later on. To begin, base GT Goku is easily superior to his Super Saiyan 3 levels of power from the Buu saga, as he's able to have a pretty intense sparring match with Oob at the beginning of the series.
There is a little bit of nuance with that, because there's actually a line early on in Dragon Ball GT. I'll see if I can find it. Zeta sent it to me, actually, if I remember correctly. But there was a whole statement about Goku saying that he wanted to fight Oob at All Out. Like, he was fighting with Oob All Out. I said that already. Damn, my fucking brain is falling apart. But yeah. Nah, I don't think I got it. Damn, okay. Oh well. I could probably find it here, but yeah.
Who is literally Kid Buu reincarnated and with several years of training on top of that. This is insane because Kid Buu was not only capable of damaging the infinitely large Kaioshin realm while in his battle with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but he was also implied as being able to wipe out the Grand Kai's planet, which is a...
Oh, Metro Man from Megamind, not Saitama? Oh, my bad. My bad. How far can Unremarkable get in the power scaling community realistically? Divine Z Gogeta scale? Maybe, potentially.
A decent fraction of the size of Heaven, a planet as wide as the infinite living universe, making it in essence an infinitely sized planet if you want to take the guidebooks literally. I've gone over these feats before in my Broly vs. Buu video, but these showings can easily be scaled from multi-galactic to universal plus levels of power.
Higher if you think the Kaioshin realm is 5D, but you know, Chuck and Seth and all those guys seem to... They go with like a moderate interpretation, and like it's fine, it's fine.
Depending on the amount of damage he did and the amount of effort you think Kid Buu would have to put to being able to perform the aforementioned feats. I personally believe that there is more logical consistency with Buuhan being the strongest Buu, being that he forced Super Vegito, the verbatim strongest character in the Z anime series as proven by Daizenshu 7, to try against him when he performed the Vice Shout feat that was going to wipe out the living universe by collapsing alternate dimensions, and due to the Dragon Ball Forever guidebook, stating that he is the strongest Buu as well.
Well, okay. You got one guidebook on your side, and then I have like... Let's see.
Know which Buu he is referring to? Most people assume he's referring to Kid Buu or Fat Buu since those are the most prevalent ones that he fought. But if we take it as it doesn't really change anything because of the aforementioned anime statements, which GT clearly takes after. Not to mention that Dragon Book 7 actually states that Kid Buu is the strongest Buu as well.
Nah, we're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. OBS is being very nice to me right now.
So hey, just food for thought. We can easily scale GT Goku above Super Vegito from Z, given that when Super Baby 1...
Nope, I already talked about this last stream, technically today. But when Baby says that, he's referring to a hypothetical Baby Saga Vegito. So...
Super Saiyan 2 Baby was transforming.
The people who say that Super Baby 1 is referring to Vegito, to Super Vegito, are really wanking Super Vegito when they say that. Like, they're really fucking jacking him off.
He achieved, verbatim, the greatest Saiyan power ever, which Goku agreed with and even said that he had never...
Like, they're all forgetting that one statement. Like, they just always seem to conveniently forget this little statement here. But whatever.
Felt that he is awesome or as high as his. Since Goku is well aware of Vegito's power, this would infer that Super Baby was absolutely dicked on by a suppressed, 1,000 times the blood waves amount that Goku did for Saiyan 4, be a typical Super Saiyan 3. He gets teleported. Goku gets dicked on by Baby Super Saiyan equivalent, even as a Super Saiyan 3. he gets teleported to the Sugoroku space after being saved from Baby's revenge.
Low key, this is kind of boring as fuck. Dead ass. Like I'm low key kind of bored as shit.
Death Ball by Kibito Kai, which is a space between dimensions.
Yeah, we'll finish this up real quick, and then I don't know.
That base Goku was able to crack and move around in after he destroyed it with a comet.
Oh, what makes me say that he's referring to Baby Saga Vegito? It's pretty simple actually. So Buuhan is equal to Vegito base to base. The narrator says so himself. If you're wondering how, Buuhan gets stronger through anger. Damn it, it looks like he's gotten too strong, that idiot. The more you make me angry, the more you're going to suffer and die. So, yeah. Elder Kaio agrees. Buuhan says it. There's no contradictions to it. So, yeah. So that's that. And then Kid Buu is stronger than Buuhan. The scans pretty definitively say that. We got 3 guidebook statements, and we got multiple statements in the anime, and I do mean like so many statements. Like they really hammered it home. And then you have General Rildo, who is stronger than Buu, stronger than Buuhan, stronger than Kid Buu, stronger than whoever. And then Rildo just says directly, up to now you haven't even been outputting half of your power. So already you got okay, there we are. What's up? I don't want to nuke my stream. Sorry. So, what's up? I cannot hear you, unfortunately. Oh, wait. That's because I muted Discord. Hold on. Okay, we're back.
Like I was saying, I was getting bored. When I was getting bored, I had to leave your and do work, and I still realized you're streaming, so I was like, I'm gonna call you.
Okay. I don't want to be that guy, but I did say that like this stream is gonna like if I double stream, OBS like gets really mad at me. Like right now it's already...
Dog, I'm not asking you to double stream.
Okay, so I gotta go.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just want to check on.
Okay, thanks, man. I do appreciate it.
You.
Though. But yeah, basically, I'm back. Hello. Is anyone confused on why... Wait, fuck. Okay, we're fine. Is anyone confused as to why Buuhan is stronger... Why GT Goku is stronger than Vegito? Because that's pretty much the only... that debunks the... Whatever. That debunks it. I'm right, you're wrong. Shut up.
If he's able to move around in a dimension whose time-space he likely destroyed, this would already give Goku inaccessible levels of speed. In other words, he's able to move in a space without time-space, or when time itself is 0. Which is far faster than being massively faster than light, or being able to move through an infinite realm, and from the grand in that heaven cover vast are Goku and Metacooler were fighting in the example that Goku and being these movie 5 day that moving at infinite speed.
Oh, I remember. There's a Longs Takes video where he's like, I swear if anyone uses the Metacooler feat to get GT to infinite speed, like he has some sort of opinion on it. He's some sort of authority.
Speeds at bare minimum, but can reach inaccessible and even immeasurable by simply powering up. 17 from manages still doing Super Saiyan equivalent of the Shadow from the surpass more than you think they are similar. Super superior is able to for this IP, given that there is with it that's on there. So drag up for the same multiple D movies did not take place on the universal level of raw power 4, but that does, which you could argue is enough.
He's only scaling the movie. Okay.
To exhibit Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Frieza scaling movie plus the original DBZ movies. If we're using the Dragon Ball Super scaling, then Frieza would still be stronger, but lose his speed advantage. Battle of Gods, and with that
Okay, so whatever. That was a okay video. I didn't really have an opinion on it. I just don't got that venom in me. I don't... Fine, I'll mute Discord again because you guys are fucking... Are there any videos of mine that I don't agree with anymore? Let's see. If I want to remake my How Smart is Ryuk video because it's not great. Let's see. I want to remake this one and probably that one too, just because the scaling in them is inaccurate now thanks to the retcon. Let's see. We'll do one more video and then I'll probably close shop for the day. Let's see. You know it. I have to talk about it. Longs takes once again. We opened it up with a Longs takes video, and we gotta close it out with a Longs takes video. Do we want to do could Dragon Ball GT win the Tournament of Power? Because I've actually never seen this video, like ever. So, can base game Sonic scale to Toucan, base Sonic scale to Outer? Yeah, base game Sonic can scale. Excuse me, base game Sonic can scale to Outer. We talked about this last stream, but yeah, like transcending time, transcending space and time, concepts of space and time, transcending causality, transcending law and time. Power that can like close off dimensions, breaking every dimension. Yeah. I like GT. I want to talk about Dragon Ball GT. I love Dragon Ball GT. If we don't want to do that though, there is a video. It could also be this one. Who is the strongest character in Dragon Ball Z? I'd be fine with doing that one. Goku versus Marvel? I don't scale Marvel. I'll just be sitting there like, oh, okay. Surfbone? I don't have an opinion on Surfbone. Yeah, this guy, 10,000 subscribers, so yeah, I'm not going to be reacting to any of his videos. Just because, like, you know. Smaller channel. I don't want to be an asshole. I have no opinion on him. Yeah. So, that's my opinion on Surfbone. I have no opinion. I don't approve Outer Game Sonic. I don't approve Outer anyone, low-key. I think everyone being scaled to Outer Versal makes things so boring. But there is evidence. There's lots of evidence. So, technically, if you want to, like, scale Goku, or if you want to scale Sonic to Outer, there's lots of evidence for it. Don't hate long stakes. Oh. Man, I don't want to watch Official Divine. His editing hurts my head. Fucking. It better not be long. 8 minutes, okay.
Fusion Reborn Gogeta. There's
already my eyes hurt.
An old saying, having the best of both worlds.
Oh, you know what they say? Having the best of both worlds. Like, get the fuck out of here.
On one hand, a low-class warrior who
respectfully, of course. Like, I'm not trying to shit on Official Divine, but like, I don't like his videos. They hurt my eyes.
rises up to become the hope of the universe, and on the other,
like, ow, my fucking eyeballs.
A prince whose strength is only eclipsed by his pride was born to punish the other world and is fighting against the strongest warrior. Different ages in history to see who truly is the strong who reaches the finals and his opponent extremely powerful fighter as in the end super perfect Cell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a no from me. I don't respectfully, especially $50.
And shout out to Power who dropped
$50. What are you talking about? $50 minimum. Whatever. I have no opinion on this. I'm not trying to get into drama today. Shadow versus Vegeta by Fade. Isn't that like a 40-minute video? I'm trying to eat. Also, I like Fade.
It seems you're ready to die. Let me show you what ultimate power is. Let's settle this.
And constantly compared to one another. Things like Super Saiyan and Supersonic.
Yeah, that's also a no for me. I don't. I have no opinion. I don't really. Increases universal level to even beyond Shadow's AP stat with finite ends. Supersonic is an infinite multiplier. This is confirmed so many times in the games. Like, it's actually funny. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't. It's the issue of like I just don't have that venom in me for that. I don't really have the soul or passion to really care, honestly. Whatever. We'll do one more video, and then I gotta bounce, probably. That'll be that. His video about movie Goku versus canon Goku was pretty bad. Nah. I want to watch his GT video. Where do you scale a Sora from a Sora's Wrath? I haven't played that game. He fought Buddha, not like the actual Buddha, but like a Buddha. So that should tell you everything you need to know.
The Tournament of Power. Without a doubt, this tournament has been the single biggest event in the history of the Dragon Ball multiverse, with the complete erasure of 8 of 12 universes on the line. While Dragon Ball Super would continue to increase the level of power in both movies and the manga, this event still has the highest and furthest reaching scope of any arc, and some argue it is still the pinnacle of power that has not been surpassed within the DBS anime continuity. So what if, instead of the 10
I saw memes recently about like characters like Gas or True Ultra Instinct Goku, and they're all still weaker than Jiren, because even Black Frieza is currently still only weaker than Beerus. He's like barely there. Like, next stream we'll do like power scaling videos in general. It won't be Dragon Ball related, so we'll do like we can do Jujutsu Kaisen, we can do Hunter x Hunter, we can do a lot of videos. A lot more options open up instead of just Dragon Ball.
Most capable,
but yeah, it was like characters in Dragon Ball Super, the manga. Like all of them are still weaker than Jiren, because Jiren is the only character that's been stated to surpass the Gods of Destruction. And Black Frieza, who one-shot them, is still only weaker than Beerus. So you can take that however you will. Maybe Akira Toriyama really wanted Jiren to be like that guy.
Warriors of Universe 7 participating in the tournament, a very different version of Universe 7 had to defend their universe from Zeno's erasure. What if
we already know what Lonks Takes thinks about Dragon Ball GT's power scaling, so this will be an interesting video.
if the GT universe participated in the Tournament of Power? Instead of Super Saiyan Blues, you had Super Saiyan 4s. Would they be able to win the tournament? If not, how far would this universe reasonably get? Let's get into it.
I'm waiting for him to say something like, they get no-diffed by the fucking robots from Universe 3. Because technically, Aniraza needed like 5 people to team up and fight him. And like, this guy is going to say some weird shit like, all of GT isn't even worth 1 Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
If you do like this kind of stuff, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's jump right.
This is a 10-minute video, and it's already been a minute. A whole lot of nothing, so...
Now, to begin, I think it's important to establish who is actually getting brought to the Tournament of Power in the GT timeline, as I definitely think it would be a different lineup from the one we saw in Dragon Ball Super. The one weird thing with selecting a lineup for GT is deciding when in GT it would happen. Say too early and Super Saiyan 4 doesn't even exist yet, and say too late and Goku has become a ghost and everybody else is long gone. So
it's not a ghost, by the way. I don't know where he got that interpretation from, but it's a higher dimensional Goku. Like, I explained this in my video, I think, but it's like Heavenly Ascension in broad daylight. That's what happens with Goku, so. Do I have a Twitch? That's not a bad idea. Maybe I would. Maybe I would open up a Twitch. Maybe Twitch can pay me more money. I'm joking.
We'll just say it's everyone at their pinnacle of power during the Shadow Dragon saga. Firstly, there are the most obvious picks. Goku and Vegeta are absolutely locks. They're undoubtedly the 2 strongest Z fighters at this point with Super Saiyan 4, so there's no question there.
So far, so good. That is technically true. They are the strongest currently. They're both equal according to the GT Perfect files, so, you know, it's not that bad so far. We're fine.
Another obvious pick is Majub, as he's likely the 3rd strongest due to his...
Wrong. I was waiting for him to fucking say anything that was like slightly off, and it was like instantly, bam, nope, wrong, false, incorrect, loser. L plus ratio, touch grass, keep bumbling. Funny thing about Oob in GT, he starts out strong, but he gets left in the dust really quickly. Jiren's battle IQ is simply just better, maybe. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it, because there's an interesting statement. Okay, so Oob, right? Oob is trying to attack Super 17, and Super 17 doesn't react to any of his attacks, right? And Super Saiyan, or no, it's like base Gohan fires a Kamehameha, and everyone thinks that it would have finished off Super 17 after seeing Majub tank. After seeing Super 17 tank all of Majub's attacks. They think base Gohan with a Kamehameha would have killed him, so. Yeah, everyone's like shocked. Everyone's like, had no effect? Even Vegeta's like off his rocker. So yeah. Yeah, everyone's like, Gohan's like, stand back everyone. My base form is going to use a Kamehameha. And Oob is like, oh man, base GT Gohan is firing up a Kamehameha. I better stand my ass and I better stand my ass inside or something. It's been a long time since I've been enraged from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, so if you wanted to argue, you could argue like some potential increase for Ultimate Gohan there. Yeah, this is from the GT Perfect files. It seems that even in times of peace, he hasn't neglected his training. So this Gohan's only gotten stronger. I can't find the statement that I was referring to, but there's a statement from the Shadow Dragon saga where Oob wants to fuse with Gohan. To fuse, your power levels need to be equal. So, like, the 2 of them would need to, like, actually... let me see if I can find it in the Oob section. Probably not, honestly. Yeah, that's a no. But yeah, to fuse you need like a relatively equal level, and does not. So yeah. Basically, what I'm saying, base GT Gohan is already stronger than Oob, and it's actually kind of insane to think about.
his performance against Baby. After this, slots 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all taken up by the hybrid Saiyans with Gohan, Goten, Trunks, and Pan. After this point,
that's fair, I'd say. Jiren versus Broly equals stats. Probably Jiren, honestly. When you say equal stats, do you mean like equal starting stats? Like legendary Super Saiyan Broly or like full power Super Saiyan Broly versus Jiren? Because Broly can get stronger after that, so. What do I think? You'd have to summarize your argument again, but yeah, Goten, Trunks, Gohan, and Pan are all decently strong in GT. And I want to make a video about all of these guys. Maybe like smaller videos about like GT Pan, GT Trunks, GT Goten, GT Gohan, and how all of them are like really strong. But to like summarize, even Pan can like knock out a guy who is stronger than Buuhan. So
the final 3 spots are all a lot harder to say with certainty. There's Piccolo, who's in Hell, who could get the same temporary treatment as Frieza, so he can be number 8. Unlike in Dragon Ball Super, none of the human fighters really do anything, and they're mostly retired or completely out of the picture for the entire show, so it's likely that Krillin and Roshi will not be coming. This kinda only leaves 2 characters that come to mind, which are Android 18 and technically Android 17, who should have been brought back by the final wish to Shenron at the end of GT. Now, some could argue that GT is directly connected to the Z anime, including its filler, so Goku could go get someone like Pikkon for the team, but GT makes it pretty clear that Goku has only been to Hell a singular time, meaning that the Otherworld tournament...
This is actually not true, like not even remotely true. Goku only remembers going down to Hell once, but like, really think about how many times Goku has gone to Hell. It's only ever been in the Dragon Ball filler. So why is this guy saying that only some filler applies, but not all of it? It's
tournament arc or any other material involving Goku being in Hell is not connected to GT.
Yeah, like that's really fucking stupid. Like respectfully. But like everything in GT heavily hints at like Fusion Reborn happening, which Goku's in Hell for that. Otherworld tournament happening, Goku's in Hell for part of that as well. Like pretty much every guidebook on planet Earth that has Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in it will directly compare him. Look at this. This is Fusion Reborn Gogeta, and this is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They drew a literal arrow between the two, connecting them. You literally can't get more blatant than that.
I'm looking at you, Z movies. If not 17 or Pikkon, then Tien is actually the most likely candidate, as unlike the other humans, he actually looks and seems exactly the same and is still training at the end of GT. So that's my hypothetical roster. Goku, Vegeta, Maju...
Eternal Flame, $5. Was the Bounty Hunter Kid Goku went Super Saiyan in space against... If you can give me 5 minutes.
That's way too much. You got like 30 seconds.
You can give me like 5 minutes. 30 seconds. Come on, man. Be flexible with me.
I'm being as flexible as I can.
Not really.
30 seconds is the most flexible I can get.
It was Legic. That's the guy.
Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Pan, into the Tournament of Power. Let's get into it.
He spent 3 minutes
for this video. I'll be using the manga.
Low multiversal. Okay, that's technically an upgrade, but it's not great.
Is shorter and much easier to compartmentalize than the anime's version. Not only is it generally shorter, but fewer characters have relevant scaling to go over. Most characters have literally 0 feats besides getting one shot by a character. So
yeah. The guy you're thinking of is Legic, by the way.
It's safe to say that because the characters in GT have any feats at all, they're likely sweeping through half. Annie Laza, for example, who fought nearly the entire...
Okay, so this guy said...
entirety of Universe 7 at once in the anime. In the manga, he literally just gets one shot by Kale. Not Kefla, but literally just Berserk Kale. So let's cover GT versus each universe in order of elimination and talk about the strength of the characters as we go. Let's look at the first universe to be eliminated, Universe 9, which is the universe with Bergamo and the Trio de Dangers. In the manga, the only people they fight in Universe 7 are Gohan and Piccolo, while they get the upper hand against...
Yeah, so he's using the manga, so that actually does fare better for GT, at least in his opinion. GT would sweep even in the anime, but that's between you and me.
Them while Piccolo and Gohan are suppressed, they get pressed pretty hard by Frost, who is a base Frieza victim. Still, the best scale that this universe has is that by most of them taking a full power blast from Frost, they might scale above Kid Buu, as Goku even before Battle of Gods was...
he's one of those guys that doesn't think that.
Least able to put up a fight against a much stronger version of Super Saiyan Goku. That's still a big if. Nevertheless, they would most likely lose to most of the GT universe
Okay, yeah, so he's working under the assumption that Battle of Gods, the manga didn't absorb the God Ki into his base form, I guess. Okay, sure. Whatever.
Characters just because most of them can be much more confidently scaled to the Super or Kid Buu levels of power through fighting people like Rildo, who's outright beyond Kid Buu level. A majority of the universes fall into the same boat of being made up of mostly bums with very little scaling, being even worse off than Universe 9, with most getting one shot at some point in the tournament before doing...
Yeah, Berserker Kale in the manga takes out like 4 of the universes. It's really bad,
doing anything impressive. Universe 2, which is Ruby Ann's universe, got essentially soloed by Android 18 by herself. Universe 3, aka Andy Laza, gets one shot by Raging Kale, as I said before. The exact same thing happens to Universe 10 and Universe 4. So, at the bare minimum...
Yeah, if you remember my Dragon Ball arcs ranking tier list, I ranked...
the GT universe...
It was that was my least favorite arc, if I remember correctly. It was fucking dog shit.
Is not coming in last place in this version of the Tournament of Power. What it does mean is that in effect there are only 2 universes that really matter when it comes to GT survival and victory in the tournament. Universe 6 and Universe 11. These are the only 2 universes with actual meaningful feats and scaling that put them on the level of Dragon Ball Super's upper end of power. These are the make or break of victory. Clearly, the first character we gotta talk about is Kale, as she's unironically the MVP in the manga and eliminates more people than anyone else. In the manga, Kale unironically thrashes both Golden Frieza and Perfected Blue Goku at a...
And then a fusion character, Kefla, gets rocked by Ultimate Gohan. The manga's so stupid, man.
Exactly the same time. This was the same Perfected Blue Goku who could 1v1 merge Zamasu, who was a whole fusion level increase beyond Rose Goku Black, who even in Super Saiyan was matching Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta before his training. Then, a Goku with several years less training in a form that is 50 times weaker than Blue was going to destroy the entirety of Universe 7 by clashing with Beerus. This gets even more insane as Kale then fuses with Caulifla and becomes Kefla, who goes on to further ring out even more opponents to eventually be defeated by Gohan. Immediately, even Kale by herself is going to be a massive problem for most of Team GT. Put GT Gohan in the shoes of Super Gohan, and he is not coming out on top.
This is actually so incredibly incorrect because there's no verifiable proof that Gohan in GT is any weaker than his super self. With the exception of, obviously you got, Beast Gohan, right? Obviously that's way stronger. But even in times of peace, he hasn't neglected his training. So, being generous, that's 5 years between the end of Z and GT of straight training for Gohan. So, yeah. The potential for Gohan, it didn't go down or anything, so yeah.
You simply cannot quantify that much of a power increase for GT Gohan like you can for Super Gohan.
You can't quantify it, sure, but maybe if you use your brain, if you thought a little bit, then maybe. I don't know.
Being 100% honest though, I don't really think anyone on Team GT has a chance of beating Kefla by themselves, including Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta.
He's wrong.
See, the main issue is that when comparing GT to Super, GT simply does not have any low multiversal feats or scaling, and the one potential low multiversal feat they do have is more powerful than any of the Z fighters individually.
So, this is more GT downplay, and it's actually hurting my skull. But if by this guy's logic, everyone in GT is Uni plus, which is literally impossible.
There is not a single character in all of GT who can destroy every realm in Universe 7.
Wrong, false, incorrect. Keep bumbling, loser, L, fucking whatever. We talked about this earlier, but GT doesn't necessarily need feats. I mean, like, it would be nice if it did. All it has to do is upscale, so... It throws a fuck ton of multipliers on, like, Uni plus low multi-feats from Z and the movies, so... Again, like, I don't know what this guy's on about.
In essentially singular attacks like God Goku did even in the manga. The best that exists is Omega Shenron's negative energy, which would eventually reach just the Kai realm.
Just the Kaioshin realm. He does know that the Kaioshin realm exists outside of the other world, right? It's like any map of Universe 7 will tell you. That's what's happening.
Problem is that neither Goku nor Vegeta scales to this attack. Even if we were to grant that it's low multiversal, it would still be on a lesser
See, this is the kind of shit that really, like, whatever.
Scale than what Super Saiyan God Goku was doing. This isn't even taking into account the other heavy hitters besides Kefla, like Topo and Hit.
Yeah. So this is basically just one big video shitting on GT, again.
Who both also scale to that perfected blue level, and just don't have another fusion multiplier on top of it like Kefla does. Even fusion and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would stand.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku does adapt to attacks.
No chance. Again, assuming that the Manus...
A Super Saiyan 4 fusion doesn't stand any chance according to long stakes.
Energy Powerball is indeed low multiversal, and then it scales to a fraction of Gogeta's power, it would still be quantifiably far lower than probably even just Merge Zamasu.
You know, it's crazy. I can actually disprove this in like an instant. I can disprove this instantly. Literal seconds. All it takes me to do. Where is he? There we are. And then go down, jump to present. Yeah. Go up. Here we are. Talked about this earlier, but yeah. I see. I'm going to go there and revive Goku-san, right? You don't have the kind of power it would take to revive Super Saiyan 4 Goku. You are only able to restore one person as powerful as Super Saiyan Blue. You can't heal both of them. You have to choose either Goku or Vegeta. Incredible. Thanks, Trunks. Excuse me. That's amazing, Trunks. I'm good as new. Now, the only way to get around this argument is to argue that future Trunks is a better healer than Kibito Kai, which is wrong. Healing doesn't have anything to do with your actual power level. And even if it did, there's no way to prove that... I mean, okay. Retract. Actually, is there any way to prove that future Trunks in the Dragon Ball Super manga is as strong as Kibito Kai? I don't think there is. Like, there's no verifiable increase. Unless you want to... Not for long takes anyway. Like, I highball the Dragon Ball Super manga, relatively speaking. I do think that future Trunks is stronger than Kibito Kai from GT, but, like, in terms of healing, you'd have to prove that. I mean, be for real, you can't blame someone for forgetting Dialogue 47 of Minute X. I remember everything. Like, I commit everything to memory, man. Like, fucking, I sear it in my brain.
Let alone the torment of power characters who can all beat him. Even if I was to be super nice to GT and take Dragon Ball heroes at face value and pretend that
Even if I were to be super nice to GT. Awesome.
Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue are on the same level of power.
Pretend. You don't need to pretend. There are guidebook statements, and the Dragon Ball Heroes manga basically confirms this. It's all official material. I'm allowed to use it. Like, whatever.
They would still get slammed by the likes of Jiren, who literally one-shots everyone we've been talking about up to this point with a fraction of his true power. Even in Heroes, you need...
The Jiren meat riding is fucking insane. Hold on, let's hear that again.
When we've been power, they would still get slammed by the likes of Jiren, who literally one-shots everyone we've been talking about up to this point with a fraction of his true power. Even in Heroes...
The Jiren meat riding is absolutely insane. The Jiren, like, glazing. Man is choking on that shit. fucking like hop off it, man. Like you gotta come up for air eventually.
You need hypothetical powered-up forms of Super Saiyan 4 to match just Ultra Instinct Sign, and that form loses outright to Mastered Ultra Instinct, the same form that Jiren can match and even outlast in a fight. Of course, there are really bad power scales that get GT scaling higher.
Really bad. I think he'd call my GT scaling really bad. I think he'd look me directly in the eye and say, your GT scaling is dog shit.
That I've talked about in previous videos, but the same bad power scaling arguments and logic can also just be applied to Jiren and his own scaling to an even higher degree.
The Dragon Ball Super manga. Oh shit, actually, hold on. The characters that transcend time and space are vibrant in Dragon Ball Super. Really? We got actual time and space transcendence in the Dragon Ball Super manga? That's cool. I'll have to track that down later.
Beyond the infinite dimensional power of gods of destruction, even in the manga continuity. But I don't think these arguments deserve the time of day or attention.
I don't think these arguments deserve the time of day or attention. That's fucking crazy. Jiren doesn't have a meat. Long's takes gathered the Dragon Balls, wished for one, and then started riding it. Respectfully, I mean, I don't want to be mean to Long, even though I am being an absolute asshole, which is kind of mean.
So I'm not spending another 10 minutes of this video explaining why they don't work.
I'm not. What do you mean another 10 minutes? You're not even at 10 for the whole video.
The other main issue Team GT has is that their power is super lopsided. Goku and Vegeta are so much stronger than everyone else in their universe that the other 8 characters really aren't a part of the conversation.
That is true, and that is a really big criticism I have for GT. At least with Dragon Ball Super now, you have like Orange Piccolo, Gohan Beast, Dragon Ball GT doesn't have any of that.
At least in Super, about half the team is around blue level or beyond. So, can GT win the Tournament of Power? No, absolutely not. But they put up a pretty solid performance. While it's still less power scaling centric, there would certainly be some very interesting differences between how both versions of Universe 7 approach the tournament.
Yeah, so this video was like 6... Ooh, actually, hold on.
For example, Goten and Trunks might have fused into Gotenks, or Oob's magic might have led to some interesting wins, but I don't think they're really...
Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is like that's a... actually, not a bad idea. No, I like Long. I do like Long. No, don't take it to mean like I don't like his videos. I do like his videos. Like, this is a good video. That's a good video. Like, this is a good video. That's probably a good video. Let's see. That's a good video. Let's see. His shorts are pretty good. Like, let's see. This is a good video. Like he makes good content. I'm not saying he doesn't. Yeah.
Worth mentioning in a power scaling sense. Bottom line is that they should be thankful El Hermano wasn't there. If you made it this far, thank you so much.
Yeah, so a good video all around. No, I mean, good video. I did enjoy. Oh, actually, before I go, I did want to ask, are there any Dragon Ball debates that you want me to throw onto this wheel? Because this is going to dictate future content, or some future content, so... If you have any suggestions for what I should add to this wheel, give them to me now. Maybe if we include the different Shenrons like Nova? Maybe. Or actually, do I have Broly versus Cell? I do. Okay. Janemba versus Buu? Yeah, okay. Kid Buu versus Super Buu? I already have that. Kid Buu versus Buuhan is basically that. Dragon Ball centric topics. I'm talking like the really OG kind of like debates that people used to have. Now I'm talking like Dragon Ball specific, just easy content that I can like. I know this stuff like the back of my hand, so. GT Gogeta. Pikkon versus Z Broly. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Pikkon versus Z Broly. Or Pikkon versus Broly. I'll know what that's referring to. GT Goku. Actually, that's not a bad idea either. GT Goku versus Golden Frieza. And then we'll do GT Goku versus Goku Black. Oh, there was actually an old debate back in the day of Frieza versus Goten, so that's a good argument. And then Goten versus Cell. How strong is Goku with hyperbole? Nah, no thank you. Unfortunately. I think we had a pretty good stream today, chat, so I'm going to leave it there. Can I save this? I think I could save this. I think it is just like this. Hold on. Save. No, more. Save. There we are. There, save. Sign it with Google. Whatever. Okay, hurry up. Or actually, like Broly versus Buu. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or like Broly versus Janemba. Save as Dragon Ball. Save. Like Broly versus Janemba versus her Udagarn. And then like Broly versus... It was Broly versus someone else, right? You finally made it, and we're already cutting the stream. Because, yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's... Save as... say your existing wheels. Save, I guess. I don't know. Dragon Ball debates wheel. Yeah, we're cutting it out. Sorry. How far would Videl make it in the OG Dragon Ball? Yeah. Beer. We'll throw that onto the wheel as well. Originally, I had Super Saiyan 2 Cabba versus Super Saiyan 2 Gohan on here. But yeah, I already recorded that one, so... This will be that. That'll be that. If you have any more suggestions, just spam them in the comments of this stream, and I'll throw them on the wheel. Promise. So, thank you all very much for tuning in, and I